Princess Mononoke is back in theaters, specifically in IMAX only, I believe. So if you're somewhere where an IMAX theater is present and the movie is out in theaters, you have a chance to see it right now on the big screen. I got to see it a few days ago with a friend of mine, actually, at a sold-out screening, no less, which was really cool to see because, keep in mind, this is a 1997 movie. To see it with a packed 300-person crowd, all while there are still brand new releases happening in IMAX and in theaters in general, was really cool to see. And I'm so glad that that turnout was there. Honestly, recently, with all of these older movies being re-released and a lot of chances for people who never got to see them in theaters to see them in theaters, I think it's really exciting and it gives people just this, really fun rush, and I'm glad that it's happening. I mean, recently I got to see movies like Seven, Heat, The Empire Strikes Back on the big screen, and those were really great experiences. Having seen those movies tons of times before, but to again see them on a large canvas was really cool. And Princess Mononoke in IMAX, just a Miyazaki movie in IMAX, feels like the real deal. When it comes to Miyazaki and his animation, he is unparalleled. There is no one else who can do what Hayao Miyazaki does. And I think that's something that has stayed true since the time he started till today. He is one of those generational talents who will be discussed for years to come. His work is extraordinary, and the legacy that he has is remarkable. Watching Princess Mononoke really just solidified that. I actually do need to get more rewatches in for his movies, because I feel like a lot of them I've seen only the one time, and I do need to go back. Princess Mononoke is one of those movies where I'd seen it just the once, but I felt like I really needed to get a rewatch in, and I'm so glad I did. And it's just such an important and such a magical movie, and to see the story told of a prince just trying to find the cure for a curse that has been inflicted on him after killing a very angry boar who had this demon within him, eventually tracking the source of that to a place where humans are just making as much use as they can of the forest around them and trying to harm it as much as they can, and eventually meeting Sun, or Princess Mononoke herself. That entire story is beautifully explored, and the characterizations are top-notch. The connection between Ashitaka, the prince, and Sun is wonderful. And as he learns more about her, he also understands the forest more, and the different animals that are in the forest, and how their behavior and their thoughts on things are being motivated by seeing what human beings are doing. It's not entirely subtle when it comes to the commentary it wants to make regarding the earth and the environment and human beings constantly, making use of it to their advantage, but to the detriment of everything else. And just a really stark, look at just, what can lead to climate change or just all kinds of destruction environmentally. But I think it's again very important because we live in a time where a lot of that happens, where things are taken for granted. And so to have Princess Mononoke released in theaters again, just to provide that, while also giving you a lot more fun stuff in the process, especially when it comes to the filmmaking and all of the incredibly creative things it does, and the way it's just all put together is genuinely remarkable. Again, it just makes for essential viewing. Also, something I want to highlight is Joe Hisashi's score, which is remarkable in this movie. Hearing that in an IMAX theater was a really cool experience. Like, of course, the animation is something that you're gonna go for if you're gonna go see it in IMAX, but also just the way that this thing booms with the speakers is really great. So another very high point of recommendation over there. I feel like there's not a ton about Princess Mononoke that I can say that you haven't heard over many years now when it comes to how breathtaking it looks, all of the hand-drawn work from Miyazaki, which is, like I already mentioned, pretty remarkable. The action also in here, just the way that it's composed is extraordinary. And when it comes to those big bigger moments, especially once things start to heat up towards the finale, and it's very clear that everybody wants to take down this forest, but San and Ashitaka are trying to do their best to prevent more conflict from happening. Eventually, all of the events that transpire are incredibly brutal and heartbreaking, and there is some staggering imagery over there. And just revisiting a lot of that, once again, it just reinforced the point of what the movie is doing, as well as just how important it is to rewatch it right now with everything that seems to be going on, and redeliver that message of how precious our planet is, how precious everything is, especially as there are those who want to destroy it thinking it's all just a game, but it's really not. It's also a very opportune moment to do this because Princess Mononoke, along with a lot of works from Miyazaki, all of his works in fact, they're all very unique and singular in their vision. That's very clear when you watch something from Studio Ghibli, especially from him, that this is something that was made with a lot of heart and a lot of emotional backing to it, and that's something that is present in every story that has been conveyed by Miyazaki. I say this because right now we're also going through a very tumultuous time when it comes to the art that's being shared across on the internet, especially when it comes to Miyazaki's, because there's been a big trend right now of trying to use AI to generate Studio Ghibli-like animated images that people can use. There's something that's been going on, and if you've been online over the last week, you've definitely seen it. But it's so funny because I am looking at all of those AI generated images, and I'm just thinking to myself, this is very clearly missing the heart and soul of a Miyazaki project. Like, there is something so profound about those works. And I say that for every artist in general. I feel like whenever it comes to things that people have made over the years, even if it didn't always work out, there's always something about it that is someone who is taking a crack at it. Someone who is trying to bring their creativity and infuse it into a project that the entire world can see. I think with AI generative material, you're really losing the people behind it. It's easy to try and make something look like something, but lose the soul which is there. And while the technology can be praised as being as impressive as possible, and I would say that, yeah, it is. Like, there is no denying that there is some great advances going on over there, but at the cost of making something that can really last, and something that can have a much more, profound effect on people in general. And I feel like that's what makes releasing a movie like Princess Mononoke even more important right now. And I hope that people go and check it out over the next few days. It's still running for a while in IMAX, because it's just a really great reminder of that, and just a really great way to re-educate people on just how amazing human beings can be when their creativity is really brought to the forefront. So of course I highly recommend seeing Princess Mononoke again. It was great to revisit it, and if you've never seen it, seeing it in IMAX would be an amazing first time experience for you. So I do recommend going and checking it out. And guys, thank you very much as always for watching. It means a lot to me. I hope you guys have been enjoying the recent batch of videos that I've been doing. It's been a lot of fun. As always, if you like this, please do subscribe. Thank you so much once again, and I'll see you guys at the movies.